here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On second down, here's Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Set! 3-19!
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now a give to Taylor. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Hey! 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll look to throw here on first down. Steps away to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Now let's go! Green, 39!
inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Back to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they can.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Winston now to throw on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A first down carry for Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's convert.
Second down, Winston. Over the middle to Evans. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. A big third down play there for the Jags. 55 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And that'll bring up second down. They'll set up to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A 2nd down throw for Winston. He goes underneath the Drake. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now a second down throw for Winston. He dumps it off to Drake. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Parker, the intended target.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 39 that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again to Henry. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on third. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Jaguars getting set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Gone! Detroit!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Jameis to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The Buccaneer first, Winston to Brate.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The first down throw for Winston. Goes underneath for Henry. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey,
Winston. his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Spinning past him. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. So out come the Bucs now. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Ready. Flag 22's hot. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Winston. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Bucs on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a real...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. Going up top. Guys, man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars continue to roll. And his kick is right through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Open man right side is Sharp. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gone! Watch you now, Barney! Watch you now, Barney!
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now he's forced out left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. First down, Winston. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, it's Drake. Oh, a nice spin. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up first and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They'll set up to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Gerald McCoy. Now, before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Ready. Blue ready. Ready, triple C.
2nd down, Winston. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to look deep down the field. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
4 down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left, and this is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, 32 yards. And the Jaguars continue to roll. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
3rd and long for Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey. We got three down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Check 99.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Sharp's got it, left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He's got another first down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Detroit!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jameis to throw it. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. On 2nd down, Winston again. And Winston lost the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19. Winston now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot. And now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there? Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 11. Out of his end zone, Winston. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard. I know everybody's going to scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, 49 yards. And the Jaguars continue to roll. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off for this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And now running right through him. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
A big loss there of 9 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready. Blue lady.
From the gun, Winston. He sets to fire deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
To throw is Winston. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just about on his own goal line. Returnable here from the 38. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Easy, easy, easy. After
the penalty, it's Henry. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped.